All right, so we have got some motion graphs today that might seem a little different than the ones we've worked on in the past. Raising your hand, what do you notice? What's the big difference that you see, Parker? Yeah, the graph is split into 4 parts, and we're not going to worry about that too much because I'm just going to just ignore the fact that it's got 4 quadrants. I don't know why Kessler put that on there, but that is true. But we're just going to ignore that part. We're going to pretend like that's not there. Okay, we're just going to use it as a regular graph. What else though? That's smart because not a lot of people notice that. What else, Christian?
That it's not numbered.
There's not numbered. There's no lines, which is very different from yesterday. What else do you notice, Keegan? There's no graphing. There's no table to put anything. There's nothing I can do to plot. And then I've got words. And I have to take what's in the words and put that into the graph. So I want everybody to follow along. Don't sit there and start doing stuff in your notebooks and pens and pencils and markers until you know that we've done the right thing. All right? First and foremost, on every single graph, no matter what, whether there's words, there's an XY table, or the thing's already plotted, what's the first thing I'm going to do, Kenny? I'm going to label what type of graph this is. This is going to be a little weird doing it from over here, but this is a distance time graph. It's a distance time graph. So that brings to me in mind, and when I'm taking a test, I know that there are some distance times graphs, and they look like this. I have distance time. Oh boy, I really wish I was using the pencil. When I have distance time like this one's at rest, right? Now, doing this on the keypad is not fun, but the voice would be like I was in a can if I moved too much further away. We saw distance time over the last couple days that looked like this. Class, what does that mean? This will be, that's faster than me trying to write with this pen, that's for sure. Everything's frozen. There we go. And then we had these other, I guess, kind of odd-looking distance time graphs where you had one that looked like this, and then there was another dashed line. What are we doing when we're looking at this graph? What are we doing, Keegan? We're comparing to, and we know that the steeper the line, the faster the object is moving. I'm not going to write all that out. And then the easiest one of them all. Okay, everyone in my small group got this right this morning. When I see a distance time graph and there's a curve, class, what do I have? Acceleration. And everybody knows that one because, well, it is like the easiest one to remember because there's no other one like it. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. And you have your sheet that I gave everybody, right? The one that has all the graphs on it to help you out with this. And I'm thinking about this. It's asking me to sketch a graph that represents someone driving to McDonald's for lunch is the first thing. Eating for 15 minutes. Then driving home. Do you see how I underlined the 3 key pieces of information in that story? Going to McDonald's, eating for 15 minutes, and then driving home. Now, Bianca and I are like best friends, and since I have a car, Bianca and I are going to sneak off campus, and we're going to go eat at McDonald's for lunch. Not that high schoolers would ever do anything like that. Anyway, so, Bianca, if you and I were driving to McDonald's, and we got there and we ate, what do we do when we get there and we eat? Do we just keep driving? Well, yeah, we have to drive back, but when we go inside to eat, are we moving? No, we're at rest, right? So I know that somewhere this is going to come into play. I know that if we are driving, this is going to come into play. And then something that we talked about yesterday is going to come into play. So I want to have a graph that shows someone driving to McDonald's. Now, again, we're going to ignore this whole 4-quadrant thing. I'm not worried about that. Just pretend it's just one part of the graph, all right? Because I can't work in just this little tiny graph here which is where we're all working right now. And when you get to middle school, you'll understand that this is a negative portion, and these are negative down here, and this is the one that's all positive. Don't stress that now. It's a lot of fun plotting things in negatives and positives, and then doing translations. You'll love it. It's like figuring out a puzzle. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to do that. We're just going to use this as a normal graph. So I'm going to drive to McDonald's. Do you guys agree that so far, looking at this graph, I have driven to McDonald's? That's all I've done. So I have this. I'm going to stop for 15 minutes. This is where, when this graph is not numbered, that it really comes into play, Xander. Hopefully I can talk loud enough that they can hear me, because I can't do that from over there. If I go through here and start labeling this as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm not even going to have 15 minutes, am I? What's a way that I could overcome that and actually have 15 minutes show up on my graph, Parker? I'm going to do it in increments of 5 minutes, where each block means 5 minutes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. You feel good about how I did that? All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put distance in there. That's what is considered this miles. And since that doesn't play as much of a role, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, I need to stop for 15 minutes. What would that look like, Izzy? Stopping for 15 minutes. How would I draw that? I know that I'm going to be using this line, but I have to make sure that it's for 15 minutes, right? So I know that this is 5, this is 10, and this would be 15. So now when I look at my graph, and I'll try to do the same colors, I have driven to McDonald's, I have stopped for 15 minutes. What is my last thing that I have to do, Cruz? I have to go back home. How did we do that yesterday? What did that look like, Cruz? Yeah, it goes back down towards where the origin is, because the origin is, well, where we started. And so we're going to drive back to where we came from. So now, looking at my, and there's a lot of colors up here, but I'm really trying to make sure people see this. Okay? If I follow along in a green pen, I drove to McDonald's, a pink pen, I guess. I did not want pink, I want green. Here we go. Driving to McDonald's, stopping for 15 minutes, driving back to where we came from. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Everybody sees that?
Yes, sir.
Not too bad, right? So far, now you're saying, hey, Mr. Bullens, when you first started doing this, the first time you put 2 different motions on there, my mind about exploded in the classroom. And we all have these looks of, whoa, hold up, Mr. B, we're not ready for that. And that's why we didn't take the quiz today. We're not ready. We're getting there. Now that I'm hearing people start talking about things a little more fluently, we're getting to the point where we can take the quiz. It won't be Monday. I don't like doing it on Monday. I like to review on Monday, maybe do it Tuesday, which most definitely means I'll push the test back. I know the test is scheduled for Wednesday. We're going to have to push it back. But again, I can't push it too far back because we still have to do states that matter. We got 4 weeks. Or 4.5 weeks if you want to get super technical. But there's that giant break that we have coming up, right? So I don't want things to get lost in all of that. And we have to finish the first major test. Well, the second major test, but the first major test with motion graphs. You guys feel good about that? All right. So, same thing. Marquise, the number one most important thing to do is find out what kind of graph I have exactly. And I know on this one, I have a distance time graph. Actually, I'm going to delete all this stuff. Can I delete all that for everybody in here? You guys feel good about that? You were following along. Now I'm going to highlight it, Marquis, so it's a little less Annoying. There we go. Distance and time. We are going to sketch a graph. So we are sketching a graph where, and I'm going to kind of highlight some things in here, someone is driving on a country road slowly and then gets on a highway and drives much faster. Someone's driving on a road very slowly, then gets on a highway and drives much faster. We talked a little bit about this in the last class. I think there's two ways that we can draw this graph, and I'm honestly okay with both of them because they're both going to look very, very similar, Kenny. Okay? When I first read this, I'm imagining there's a road near my house when it's basically a country road. You're driving down it, and you literally turn right off into the exit ramp and get right on the highway. It's the way I take Sherlock to the vet. And I have to really get going on it. So there's never really a point where I do any stopping, but my speed starts to incrementally go up. So we learned earlier that if we have, and we just talked about this, and Keegan said when you have this graph, and you are comparing two different motions, we said the steeper the line, the faster the object, right? Well, if we're going slowly on a country road, would our line be super steep or not so steep, Christian? It's not going to be very steep. So our line may start off like this, driving slowly on a country road. Right? Now, boys and girls, if we're driving along and all of a sudden I get faster, what do we call that? I'm driving on the road and I get faster, Zoe. Acceleration. And what does acceleration look like on a distance time graph? It's that curve. So I drew this. And I said, that makes sense, doesn't it? I'm driving and I accelerate. Right? Looking at it, you can also draw it like this, and I'll do it in pink. I can drive and then accelerate. Do you see how this one doesn't have that curve line? Both of those are fine. I'm going to tell you right now, when I give this to you on a test, if I can even find one of these curve lines to put on the test, I'm just doing the curve line. That's acceleration to us. That's what's going on in this example. Sketch a graph where someone's driving slowly and then gets on a highway and goes faster. It didn't say they stopped at a stoplight and got on the highway. There's no stopping. They're getting off, and I'm picturing an on-ramp, and they're going faster, and that's acceleration. And we know the easiest of all the ones that we've got, anytime you see this action, we're accelerating. It's so easy. That's the one distance time that literally no one misses, because it's the easiest to remember because there's nothing else that looks like it. It's not like those others that look very similar to anything else. So in the first two, are there any questions? Everybody feel good about that? All right.